We have been hearing a lot of things about Chat GPT, particularly on its capability, what it can do, and all that, right? When you talk about Chat GPT, there are several attributed words, associated words about Chat GPT. One is next revolutions. Number two is artificial intelligence. Number three is, it's a perfect replacement for search engine. And number fourth is actually it's time to reflect and make things automated and all that. Several things we talked about when you talk about Chat GPT, and it is on the trend. I thought that I can make a video, just make it simple. What is Chat GPT and how does it work? Why do we need to use that? When to use and all that? I'm going to talk about it. And I have come up with the 12 case studies, which I'm gonna do it real time, and we are gonna do it like how Chat GPT can be helpful in acquiring the answers and all that, right? So for example, I will start the one something about the quality systems, some questions I will ask, something about the mathematical statistical things I will ask, and then I will also planning to do about the write-ups about the history of India and so on and so forth. Various write-ups I wanted to ask that question to Chat GPT, and more importantly, I'm gonna trick the Chat GPT, and let's see whether it is able to detect the error and give the right answer or not. That all of that we are gonna do it much in detail. So I'm gonna share my screen and then open up the Chat GPT. It's a browser one, and all you need to do is when you just have that in a Chrome and all that, it works better, and you can easily make use of it, right? So this is the Chat GPT page. I will keep this link in the description so that you can also take a follow up. And Chat GPT, what I will do, I will just open up this one. I will start with a basic question, and the link gives it like chat dot open AI. Open AI mean artificial intelligence and .com, right? This is the page. Let me start with the simple question. What is what is Chat GPT, right? I will ask about Chat GPT to GPT, what it is that I will ask it. Let's see what answer it gives. It started giving the answer. Chat GPT is a language model developed by OpenAI, artificial intelligence trained on a massive amount of text data. It also able to generate the human like text in a variety of styles and formats and all that, right? So that in a one word is a text summarizations. All these you can do. Let me ask that second question. What is formula for escape in Excel, right? And if data is 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 5 comma 6, and what will be the value? Okay, so it is given that formula. First it has given that the formula equal to SKEW. So all I have to do is I have to just in this case I have just given this one, and let's say with the same thing we're going to do it in Excel also as well. What I will do, I will just copy this SKEW formula, and I have just open up the Excel, and in this Excel I'm going to paste this formula. Okay, and then open bracket, and I'm gonna select this one, right? 0.23. So it's close enough. So it has given the 1 2 3 5 6 1 2 3 5 6, and it has given that how to calculate and all that. So the skewness is 0 because actually it's symmetrical one, and it is close value, so it has given as 0. So let's proceed with the third question. What is the difference between statistic versus machine learning? Because many people do ask that question. Statistic is a great methodology used in Six Sigma, and machine learning is also coming up. So let's see. Statistical machine learning are both field of study that involve the analysis and making the prediction from data, but they have a distinct one. They have differences, and it gives a statistical branch of mathematics that deals with the collection, analysis, interpretation, presentation, and all that. Machine learning on the other side is a subfield from the artificial intelligence. And how does it work? It is all about the algorithm. In summary, statistics provide the theoretical foundation methods for analyzing the data, while machine learning provide the algorithm tools for making the predictions decision from data in a more automated and dynamic way. Good, very good response. Let's move to the fourth question. I will ask that give me syntax for running HTML syntax. I will say rather HTML syntax for marquee. Maybe for running text, right? You can run the text from right to left, right to left to right, and all that, right? So let's see. Okay, marquee, it has given the right answer. And for example, let's say marquee, you have the text and how to do. And for example, let's say what I will do, I will just copy this one and paste this code also as well. You can also attribute with the direction left, right, and all that, scroll, all that you can do. However, mark is no longer supported in HTML. It is not recommended to use this. Instead, that modern one, you can use CSS and JavaScript. You can use that, has a similar effect and all that. So not only it has given that answer, okay, and also it has given that what is the latest technology and also as well. Very wonderful, right? So let's go about right speech about Dr. Abdul Kalam. Okay, I have just asked these questions. Let's see. So it is started giving, ladies and gentlemen, it is honor. It is my honor to stand before you today and speak about one of the most beloved and respected figures in Indian history, Dr. Abdul Kalam. And then it talks about Dr. Abdul Kalam was passed away in 2015, and he was the Indian scientist and all that. And then what he accomplishment, and it also says about his great humility and integrity he was known for, and the dream transform into thoughts, and thoughts in results into action. Very various quotes also as well. In conclusion, I would like to say that Dr. Abdul Kalam was not only a great leader but also a great human being. His life and work will continue to inspire generation to come. Let's all strive to follow his example, work towards building a better world for all. Thank you. So let me go to the next question. This is very in a twisted questions. I'm going to confuse ChatGPT, and let's see whether it is detecting that one. It is giving the right answer. So what I will say, I will just say that this particular example, for example, let's say, so in this one, which I have done it in the Excel. So LSL, USL, process capability, basically, we need to find out the CPK. And so here, you know that process capability works on the specification one, but I'm going to confuse that one. Let's see. So I'll say calculate CPK if LSL equal to 4.5 and UCL, I will put it. UCL control limit comes in the control chart, not in the process capability. Let me see whether it is able to detect that one. I have given that this is the wrong one, but let's see whether it is detecting it or not. And then you have average equal to 5, and standard deviation is equal to 0.2. Okay, let's see. And then we need to calculate an inferences also as well. Let's see. CPK, they started giving the definition for CPK, a CPK statistical measure that help to determine the capability of the process to meet the desired specification. And so in this case, CPK and all this I have given. So let's see whether it is detecting that one or not. So it says the CPK 2.5, it says, but actually like we have how much value average is I have given 5, so 0.2, 0.83. So it has given the incorrect answer. It's not a right answer because let's see whether it is detecting it. If I give that right answer, whether it is detecting it or not, let me just see. Let me scroll up and see. Okay, and what I will do, I will just copy this particular questions and then re-repeat again. Okay, LSL 4.5 and USL. Instead of you, again, I will back to the, I'm just recorrecting my question. Let's see, it has given the right answer now. Okay. Again, it has given in this one 4.5, 5.5, 5.2. So the calculated CP equal to this one and minimum. Okay, CP equal to, it has started applying that formula and 2.5. Once again, it says 2.5. So it says that it has the less one, 0.5 and 5. Okay, 4.5 and 5.5. 4.5 and 5.5 and mean equal to 5. Okay, let me just double check that value again. USL 4.5 and LS USL equal to 5.5. Average is 5. Standard deviation equal to 2.2. Okay. Okay, 2.5, but we have to take the minimum. I don't think that it is taking that minimum value, but however, you also have to be double check. This can also happen, and you also have to be double check about it. Okay, let's moving to the um, next follow-up questions. And next question I have for, okay, what is the difference between 99 percentage versus, okay, in Six Sigma, what is 99 percentage and versus 99.99966 percentage? Let's see. Okay, it has started giving the answer. Let's see whether it has given that. So in Six Sigma, okay. Okay, it is perfect. It is CP equal to 0.6. CP equal to, okay, it is perfect. Perfect. It has given the right answer. Let's go to the next question. Why ISO 19011 is required and benefit? So it started giving that ISO 19011 is stands. This standard is meant for guidelines for auditing management system and how does it help and all that it is giving, and also it is started giving the benefit because you same standard you can use for multiple standards also as well, and whether the environment and as I say single cohesive systems you can use for multiple reasons, and also it gives that you can manage the risk, ultimate help to improve the overall performance and efficiency of audits and all that. Okay, let's go to the ninth question. What is TRIZ model and how many principles? Okay, TRIZ, theory of inventive problem solving, is a systematic method problem solving, and then it also gives that several principles, mainly into three main categories: physical and psychological and technical, and it has 39 principle. Okay, and it also giving that every details about it, how does it work and all that. Okay, let's go to, give me English motivational books. So think and reach growth, seven habit of highly effective people, power of positive thinking, and also several things. It has started giving me this the entire list of books which are commonly popular and known, and it has given that entire things. Okay, very interesting. Okay, maybe I wanted to know that what are the books written by Dr. Edward de Bono? We know that he wrote several books. One is Six Thinking Hat and all that. Let's see. Expert in the field of creative thinking and problem solving, lateral thinking. I also covered this particular books in the YouTube. Six Thinking Hats, that also I covered. Wonderful book. And serious creativity. Yeah, this I'm yet to review. Six value medals and how to be creative ideas. This also old book but good mechanism of mind. The use of lateral thinking and simplicity. This is also a wonderful book. And there are many books he has written. So these are all very famously known for problem solving and thinking. Yeah. So let me go to another one. The what is MSA and why NDC is important? I have just asked these questions from the statistic point of view. Let's see. MSA stand for Measurement System Analysis, statistical technique to evaluate the precision and accuracy. Okay, normal distribution characteristic. Another word, normal. It also says that number of distinct categories. So some of the things you have to validate, and what it has given, it is not like 100% true or complete. There might be some errors or some other references also as well. It also depends that what questions we pour in and what precisely we ask it. So therefore, in one case we saw in process capability, in another case we saw in NDC. NDC stand for number of distinct categories. Okay, what is IKEA? This is the last question from me. Let's see whether it gives the answer. Okay, furniture retailer, that it talks about the multinational furniture retailer, that designer and seller ready to assemble the furniture, and it also talks about the effect of it, and even it has given that one example of food. So when we prepare, we're ready to buy for the higher cost and all that, right? That's what it talks about it. And then you can also do that dark light mode and dark mode, and you can clear the conversations. I have also used for several reasons. For example, let's say I wanted to know about the shrimp one. I have just did that, and then what is that Munar and about that, and then there are various things about Urdu and all that I have learned. So it is very interesting at the moment, and it looks to be very fascinating. Let's see how it goes and how it unfolds up. Thank you so much for watching this one. I appreciate you for your patience.